go.
Okay. Make sure your nipple not showing. Welcome to the first episode of Shenanigans of XY&Z. We're going to discuss our views and experiences of life of three generations, blending together the differences and the gap of this ever-changing world between Gen X, a millennial, and two Gen Zs. I'm Miss J.
I'm Lay. I'm Jair Music.
And I'm Sherman.
And you never know what's going to happen, so let the shenanigans begin. One of our weekly segments that we're going to have is watching an old movie from my time, and we're going to look at it through the view of their eyes and see what they feel about how those movies were a little bit different than how the world is right now. So the first movie that we watched was Weird Science. Just to give you a little back information about Weird Science, it was released August 2nd of 1985. The budget for that movie was $7,500,000. The worldwide gross was $33 million. It starred Anthony Michael Hall, Elin, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, Mitchell Smith, Kelly LeBrock, and the late Bill Paxton. Just to give you a little bit back information on them, and this is very crucial for the actual movie. At the time the movie was released, Anthony Michael Hall was 17 years old. Elin Mitchell Smith was 16 years old. Kelly LeBrock was 25 years old. And Bill Paxton was 30 years old. And let me go back, just to give you a little bit of back information about Kelly LeBrock. If anybody doesn't know who she is or want to relate her to somebody, she was married for about 9 years to Steven Seagal. And anybody knows about his movies, he was in a lot of, karate movies back in the day, back in the 80s. And they did have 3 kids. So that's kind of who she's connected to. Bill Paxton, as I said, the late Bill Paxton, he did pass away. He was in a lot of movies, like one of the most popular ones was Twister. Just to give you a little backstory on him. This movie was written and directed by John Hughes. And as we go along, we're probably going to have more movies that are done by John Hughes. He was very popular, especially in the 80s. A lot of movies titled Pretty in Pink. I think he had Home Alone. Just a lot of different movies that he was very, very, very popular for back in the 80s. And we're going to be, probably reviewing some more of those. And at the time of this movie being released, he was 35. And like I said, all this kind of ties into each other as we go further into our critique of this movie. Let's just hear some of what you guys felt about the movie.
What was the movie about?
Oh my God! Oh shit! We gotta get this thing out of your house! Get it out! It was your idea. This is all your.
The movie was mainly about 2, I guess you can say they were nerdy teenagers back in 85. Nobody liked them. They weren't very popular. They brought out this scheme to invent a woman after watching a Frankenstein movie, created her, and she was able to maybe, I guess, give them a little bit of credibility because they were really nerdy and nobody liked them. And they picked on them and bullied them. And she just was able to change their life. What's the view here of the millennial and the Gen Zs? I'm sorry.
Let's start with the movie.
What did I have to say about the movie? I thought it had a lot of it was a decent movie, I guess, for the time. The typical bully type of movie and people, not being cool, trying to be popular. I got that part. The whole thing with the builder woman, the creator woman, the AI woman. It was weird because of the age difference. When it started off, it seemed like they were trying to get, they were happy to have an older woman. It wasn't really a thing for them to be younger. Like, it wasn't, like, I guess, taboo in that time. So I was like, it was weird. But then, like, towards the end of the movie, it seemed like she became more of like a big sister, motherly figure. And it just got weird because, like, what are we doing? Seriously, like, is that supposed to be somebody that they're interested in, or like a sister? Like, it was strange.
So like it started out like that, and then it ended up being more of a sisterly thing.
Mm-hmm. Right, like
that was their intentions at first for her to be this sex symbol, and then it turned more into a sisterly thing, maybe.
Yeah, like that was supposed to be some type of wholesome message or something, but it was still very strange. But like that, because that's a thing though. Like older, like the older person in those relationships will try to seem like they're like a mentor or, somebody you look up to, and then you end up getting groomed in those weird situations. So, yeah, I mean, the overall movie, I mean, it had some funny parts. Who was it? Gary, he was annoying. Wyatt, I mean, but Gary was needed though, because Wyatt needed a little, he needed a backbone.
Yeah.
He needed somebody to push him to get to that spot. But yeah.
My biggest thing, teenagers, very weird. Like, even the whole concept, but thinking about it, like, you couldn't really do a younger girl either. Man, I feel like you could have done 18 at most. I don't understand why they couldn't do that, but anyway. If they would have done a teenager, it just would have been weird watching kids be like that. So they did need an older woman per se, I guess, to make that situation work. Either way, it was weird. I didn't like the age difference, especially the fact that they kissed on camera and all that. I don't know what the law was in the state that they filmed that in, but
right, because they could have still been
right
the age of consent.
Right. So it don't make it right, but in my eyes, and hopefully y'all's. But yeah, it was just a little weird. Now the movie was entertaining. I will say it was an entertaining movie. It wasn't something that just you wanted to turn away from and say ew. It kept you engaged. Gary's black scent was interesting. Any hoozle. It was an interesting movie. Again, not a bad movie. It's just the whole topic was.
The movie, I don't think it was a bad movie because I got the message that they were trying to get across. Now I feel like the delivery with the setup and the older woman and him being 16, 15, that's a no-go. That's we in the 80s. What was that, 85? 85? Nah. Nah.
It was still a thing.
Because, I mean, that's what teenage boys think about, though. I mean, that's what you think about when you're growing up. You're teenage, you think about this, sex and party and stuff like that. And, I mean, it's different in the 80s, but this whole movie just seemed like a shroom trip. I don't even know. It's like you was it's just coke in the air and everything, this crazy stuff happening. Like, I'm wondering, do they see this? Is this real? Was everybody dreaming? Like, is this just their dream? I know this were like things were happening for it to be a euphemism for them to, grow out their shell and, you aren't really nervous, just be yourself and everyone will accept you. But it's just like, I feel like it's 1,000 more ways you can get that message across because I don't even know what you describe that movie. Is it sci-fi? Is it a romance? Is it coming of age? Is it a comedy? I don't know.
It's all of it.
Yeah.
I see. It seemed like they were just trying to make. They're like, okay, let me make this movie. Wait, no, hold on. Wait, no, hold on. Oh, let me make this movie. Oh, no. Go back. What's the budget again?
Oh, okay. Go ahead, add that in.
I'm lost. But
yeah.
It's like she said, it's an entertaining movie. I just don't. I get the message. Be yourself, and I just don't know about kissing. Was she married then during the movie?
No.
When she get married?
When she get married?
They got married in 87.
God, that's 2 years after.
It could have been
After
dating.
its release. I mean, I will say that the thing that kept it entertaining was like all the magic and you could tell that budget went towards the little effects and stuff like that because.
Definitely.
And it's so fun. I always say stuff from like the 80s and just kind of when they discover new technology, they want to use it all at the same time. They're like, oh, we discovered this. Go ahead, put that in there. It's like when you had Windows Media Player. You used everything when you was editing. So
The wardrobe was nice too.
it was. I
Definitely
miss clothes like that. That's why I like thrifting.
Yeah.
Right. I like the style. I like that style.
Yeah, definitely.
As you can see, I was inspired.
You were.
Yeah.
We like it.
Thanks.
We like it.
All right, so let's get into criminal activity because I'm not letting it.
Let me say one more thing first before we go on, so we can kind of maybe he may be mentioned somewhere in there. Also, I forgot to mention there was a 20-year-old Robert Downey Jr. in this movie as well.
Iron Man.
Said that every time he came on
she
screen.
said this through the whole movie.
Lisa is a felon. She's a criminal, and she needs to be in Rikers. First off, she just showered with 2 young boys she's never met before, and that's crossed the line immediately.
Immediately after she was developed.
She just, I mean, I can't say nothing too much about the cars. You know, I don't know how she got them. Again, this is a whole fever dream. I don't know how all of this happened, but the cars probably stolen. So we're gonna add that to her, you know, her charge. Kissing Wyatt, what, 4 times?
In the same scene.
In the same scene, that's probably about 4 charges right there. Promoting alcoholism to minors.
She pulled the gun out on Gary's dad and then wiped his memory like she was on Men in Black.
Absolutely.
And then we don't even know if he got that back.
They still don't know who he is. So who is this Gary person?
Why are we paying for this wedding?
Like,
We don't know what
is
happened
this?
to we don't know what happened to his grandparents. Was that kidnapping? I don't know. That's something.
They're still rotting in the pantry.
Your parents need to check
Because they
on you.
was out of here anyway. They was on their way out. What you saying to the grandparents? You seen the parents?
Picking up Gary's dad, kidnapping Gary. That was pretty much kidnapping. They said he couldn't go. Pedophilia. You got kidnapping. Ooh.
Grooming.
Grooming.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Underage
crime.
drinking.
Underage drinking.
Grooming is a crime. Grooming is not a crime.
Fake IDs.
Right.
Fake IDs.
That's a crime.
That's illegal.
I don't know if that would be the charge.
That's the charge I'm giving.
Right.
He
In
is
the court
law.
of public opinion.
Order Sherman.
The Sherman Court. Wow. That's a lot.
So she's in cuffs in our book.
She in a straitjacket.
Well, she got to get to cuffs first.
How'd you feel about that movie? I guess
When you first saw it.
when you first saw it, you probably didn't think anything of it. And then how do you feel about it today?
with kids.
Have your views changed as the years went on by?
Overall, of the movie, I still think it's a funny movie. Just looking at it as this is not real. This is just jokes put together. But as a parent now looking at it, it's totally different because I would have never been okay with any of that going on with either of you. If somebody 24 years old tried to come, no, absolutely not. I wouldn't even want you. I wouldn't even want you talking to somebody 2 years older than you if we can avoid it, just because there's a difference, and it just depends on which part of life that you were at as teenagers. Because what were they, 15? So probably
15, 16.
yeah, about to turn 16. Even just thinking someone is going to be 17, say 18, they're pretty much out of school. You may just be a sophomore. You may not have the same experiences as somebody older like that, and it can, they can use that to their advantage and your disadvantage. But like I said, it was funny for what it was back then. But like thinking about it now, she's almost 10 years older than them because they were 15. She's almost a whole decade older than them, even though she's not real. So she doesn't really have any ill intent toward them, no malice. She's basically kind of like a blank slate, somebody they just created. But in the real world of people looking at it, they're going to look at it like, oh no, she's a grown woman with these 2 young kids.
And that definitely happens.
It does happen. So I
You
think
hear about it a lot.
yeah, I agree. And so you think about it differently as a parent. But back then, I didn't think anything of it. I admit, but I wasn't thinking to be with some, I guess 24-year-old man. But then, you wasn't thinking about that kind of stuff back there at that age myself. It was just a funny movie. You just think sometime, I guess, oh, this can't really happen because you're looking at how everything kind of came to be. So
Right.
you're like, oh, none of this is going to happen. None of this is
Like,
real.
there's not going to be an AI person, but it's like there's going to be a real person that can really do something like this. Maybe not to this extent, but
But see,
this scenario, the
Because somebody
situation.
can take it like that. They can look at it as real. Just because I didn't. There's other people out in the world who, like I said, the movie, almost tripled in sales. So just think about how many people saw it. I mean, you look at the budget or whatever, so it kind of tripled it. So that means a lot of people was considered a hit.
Yeah, song for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so they considered it a hit. So many people saw this movie, and then it's been 40 years now. So many people have seen it, and you don't know what people can take from it to say, oh, well, that's okay. And you look at how Chet was, and he was a pig, and how he looked at her. He was treating her like dirt, and then as soon as he got alone with her, he was making sexual advances at her. I mean, which happens all the time.
Still a thing.
Right. It makes it seem like it's okay. So I guess I'm looking at it from I was looking at it from a girl's vision, thinking that this couldn't happen in real life. I'm like, oh, maybe you can fall in love eventually with the guy that you are age appropriate with, but kind of not really paying attention to all the other things that happen in between to get there. All that was kind of comedy. It wasn't like a realistic thing to me. But once again, we don't know how somebody else is going to view that.
And then back then, was that as taboo as it is now? Like, you probably didn't even think about the fact that they were just. You probably didn't even think about the fact that she was much older. Like, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, like it's probably she's just a little bit older, a couple years older than him.
Did not think about it. And as we start looking at more movies together, you're going to see how much of a theme some of this stuff is, and because I'm thinking about it, like a lot of these things were teenagers, and then they were in certain situations, and like I say, if you're really standing back from it, it's like, wait a minute, this is not right. This is but like I said, I didn't think about it. I'm a teenager. What do I know? I'm probably even younger than that in some of these. What do I know? What do I care? This is not real life.
And then it happens a lot more, I think, with women and men than, like, you see it more with younger women or younger girls and older men. But you don't really see it too much with the younger boys and then older women. But it's a thing.
It's definitely a thing.
But it's looked at a little bit differently though. It's like, wow, like, even though both can kind of like, oh wow, you got your older man or you got your older woman, it's like you just get kudos for real if you have an older woman. Like,
and I feel like,
and she don't get looked at crazy either.
Yeah, it's like to fulfill a fantasy. Like the whole concept of the movie is like, okay, I get it, you're fulfilling that older woman fantasy. It's just what they did in the movie, because it's like some of that stuff didn't need to happen. You didn't need to make out with no teenagers.
Yeah, like seriously, do that. No.
Like you could when he kissed her in the car, like that's as far as it could have gone. Like them just like cool. Well, it's not cool, but I'm saying like as far as it should have gone is that
you didn't have to actually.
You didn't have to actually shower with them and be in there naked. Like she was naked, they weren't. Well, they weren't fully naked. But it's just how far they went with it that I feel like is the biggest issue of it.
Because they were like truly exposed to that at that young
like
age.
They were playing 15 or 16. They were 15, 16. Yeah. They weren't playing the part. They were the actual team.
They were teenagers.
You had the ones that looked like they were not teenagers in that movie, but they could have done that. Like they could have done this in a very different way. Like they could have just been 18-year-olds. They would have been legal everywhere, and she could have just been 25. I'm not saying it's right, but these are minors. So it's just how far they went in the movie that I feel like it's going to remain taboo in my head forever.
Yeah, and that would, I don't think that would really fly nowadays. And I think trying to think of like some of the movies where you started to see some of the transition and then moving into the
Me Too
movement, things like that. Like remember that movie Hard Candy? I think somewhere along the line we start transitioning to like, this is not cool. This is not cute. This person is underage and you are a creep or you are a pedo, and start transitioning to let even the younger people realize like, no, that's not right. And like you guys were talking about earlier, how sometimes it's different for men. When that does happen to a man, he, like you said, he kind of gets looked at it like, he's,
hey,
yeah, like, like big up in that or whatever, and it's like no,
they're victims.
You are a victim.
You're a victim.
There we go, CSI.
They are a victim.
I've had to have not conversations with people about it, but when they say something, I'm like, that's not cute.
I
like,
say
it's not
it too.
Cool. Like,
I'll tell them like,
this is not something like you should be proud of, and I can tell it's affecting you because now you have like a certain outlook on
Right,
life
you're
and sex and-
hypersexual.
yeah, it's like that's not cool, like, and it's not like especially not me. Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, okay, I'll
Right.
see. Like what? No,
Because it
ew.
wasn't okay. Like there's
not
no
okay
reason, and it's
either
like
way.
to look at her like, what are you?
Right.
She was a weirdo.
There's nothing about a teenager that is attractive.
I don't even like grown men who have small bodies. Like I like them to have grown man bodies. I don't like them to be. They're framed to be small. So no.
Anything that resembles adolescence and of course
Right.
age, but like.
But some people are into that, which is still like a side eye.
And then it's look, okay. Now let's say if you go to a place where there's a bunch of different ages, you never really know what it is. You're like, oh my gosh, he's cute. As soon as he says, "Oh, I'm 19," "Oh, I'm 20,"
yeah.
I mean, anything like 2 years under me, absolutely not. Honestly, anything that's not my age and over, I'm sorry. I don't see. There's nothing about a younger man I need. There's nothing about a younger man that I cannot get. That I could not get with somebody my age or older.
And then too, I just feel like there are certain things when the older person talks to the younger person, there's certain things that they may say to them that they may not understand, or you can maybe talk to someone your same age and say certain things, whether it be about their body, their performance. There's something that can really affect that young person and make them feel a certain kind of way all the way through their lives, because it's just like you don't understand, like, why would that person say that about me, or why would they look at me like that, or why would they, and it could be a negative thing, but if they said somebody their age, they might not look at it like that. It might be just like, whatever.
Even if you think about the way the actual teenagers were acting, like they were very, very insecure. They were feeling ways like, oh, she's about to take him away. And it's like, even with all that, she was like, I mean, she's cool and all, but I still like you. Like, I actually like, I mean, he was spitting game, but it's like, he said, if I could make her again, I would make her just like you. But they were like very insecure, and they were just with those jerks because they just wanted to be in the in crowd, and like they just weren't there yet to even understand their value. And somebody can easily just tell them to do certain things. Like when they were getting with them, it's like you could be on a better path, but you're trying to be with them. So if you got with an older man, he can definitely tell you, oh, well, you need to be doing this, this, and this, and this if you want to be this way. Like they're just easily manipulated because they don't have
They're
that.
vulnerable.
Yeah, they don't have that knowing yet.
And were they older than them? I mean, because we didn't establish
I
that.
don't think so. I'm just saying because they were doing that with guys their age, so like an older person can definitely get them to.
No, what I'm saying is we didn't really establish whether or not, because remember, Wyatt and Gary were 15. Were the girls 15? And maybe the guys the guys that they were dating, could they maybe have been seniors?
They
Because the girls were trying to also, that wasn't really like a blaring thing. It was kind of there that where they were trying to, be in the in crowd. They were trying to be at the parties, and they were trying to be, in certain things, and they were able to do that with those guys. Now, was it just because they were popular, or were maybe they, like I said, older, maybe a year or two older?
Right.
They definitely gave Singer preying
That's
on
what
younger
I was thinking
girls'
too.
energy.
I was thinking that too.
I think we should get more into these bullies. I don't understand. When I see this 80s and 70s and like these movie bullies, I don't understand. I feel like at some point with these bullies, like him dropping the icy on his head, this is why.
On site.
That's what I'm saying.
It's raps. Like
Awesome.
it's a done deal.
It would have. It's like it would have been.
And they just
a
sitting
Carrie
there
situation.
chilling, like
Like you want to drop red stuff on me? Let's go crazy like Carrie. Let's go crazy.
We would have been beefing for.
I mean, it's kind of interesting though, because they get back was kind of different. Nah,
I still got to put
gotta
my hands on you.
in.
Yeah, like
that's not even a get back. That's just that's natural order.
That's a reflex.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even care. I mean, because you can say maybe their revenge was getting the girls. They didn't care. They were willing to exchange those girls to get Lisa, so they didn't really
They
care.
different.
They could have got any girl. They probably thought that, and they probably could have. So, yeah, I don't know what revenge they really got, other than making him shit his pants while they were doing their second experiment.
And then they helped him.
Right.
Like I hate when I see stuff like that in movies. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not with it.
Like let's just be a good person through.
Yeah,
and
no.
through.
And
about
I'm
to
not
take
like
you
that
out.
in real life. I hate seeing it in the movies. Like you just let's just What is it? Be the bigger person.
And that's coming from the nice one. I'm saying take them out.
Yeah,
Go crazy on them. I'll turn a blind eye.
I don't get these school bullies. Like, I was thinking about this the other day, just randomly before we saw the movie. Like, I can't imagine somebody like, hey, give me your lunch money. I'm looking at him like, nigga, what?
Or putting you in a locker.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, go get a job. Like, my lunch money.
I would have you out of this world in a week. I don't understand it. Give me your lunch money or give him swirly. Nah.
Yeah, and even when you think about in school, like there wasn't really people bullying you like that. Like I feel like at the most they just probably talk about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and then you hear from the grapevine.
Yeah, it's
and
like
now they fighting, but then they friends next week. I don't know.
Right. Or it's just them trying to just be funny, like in front of other people.
Right.
It was like something like that. Like,
yeah, I'll never forget a girl being. I said,
all right, now
one more time, and I don't be bothered no more. I feel like my look will tell you everything you need to know. Keep playing. I'm quiet for a reason.
It's like a.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Keep it cute.
Just the overly dramatic bullies.
But that may be their actual, like, it may be just like a proximity, like a cultural thing. Because, you know, type of school we went to, some of them, they got it too. Yeah, it wasn't too much talking like that without somebody putting hands on you.
Some cases get real next when they put a heater out. It's kind of like, okay, I'm getting bullied and this thing got a gun. Like.
And that's why I always was nice. Not the only reason I was nice is I'm a nice person, but it's also like, you never know, this man might crack, and I don't want to be there for that. I need to slide the note
like
to
the
me.
The nerd.
Yes, like slide me that note that say, don't come to school tomorrow. I'm not gonna be there. I'm not gonna be here. Like, all right.
I think too for the movies, especially movies like that, you know, of course you kind of want to, I don't know if it's the way of showing people who are going through that, like maybe they can overcome it, or, you know, showing them that they understand their experience. And then of course it always has to be where they feel like they can come on the other side of it and be like the winner, and they're not bullied anymore, or they figure out how not to be bullied anymore or stand up for themselves. And I think that's the big thing too, how to eventually stand up for yourself against bullying. And maybe we have to see the message, of course, because, you know, the movie would be 5 minutes if we didn't see the message. They just, you know, just decide to come there with a sock full of pennies or something and handle the whole situation. The movie's over.
You gotta humble them.
Right, but you gotta go through the whole thing in the process of watching a movie for them to get to the point where they're like, no, I'm not gonna stand for this anymore.
They got hands put on, especially I got my friend like, all right, bro, let's hit the gym, you know, like.
Hit the gym.
Honestly, Gary, it was a very not good friend in the beginning. I don't know if he got better towards the end, like as a friend or whatever, but I mean, he was very disrespectful to the sink, to his clean, like the maid, all that, just throwing stuff around, shoes on the bed, eating stuff.
I mean, look what his brother does.
Right, but it's like, that's still not a good friend. Like, you could look at this stuff, but it's like, hey, yo, you're not coming over here no more. You're very rude. So
shoes on the bed.
And it's like, but you're also sticking up for this person in the end. Like, they're sticking together, and I'm like, y'all, about 5 years.
She's supposed to come over the weekend. Where was she at? She probably seen all that message. Like, I I'm not doing it.
I don't know. Sometimes I think that can be typical. I mean, because we don't know if Wyatt was anything like that. Because the reason why I say this is because look at how they both were looking at when it first came on, and they were standing there in the gym. And then you look at Wyatt's house. Why are you wearing those holy ass socks, those Converses like that? So he might have been a bit of a slob too. Just maybe we just kind of focused on that moment with Gary, because there are two 15-year-old boys, teenage boys. So we probably could have got that, and it didn't seem like it was too much of a stretch for Wyatt either. Like, he didn't seem like it was like, oh, how dare you mess my house up. He wasn't worried about it until, you know, those other guys came there,
the party,
messed his house up at the party. So I think that probably was just typical teenager thing.
He's definitely a pushover though.
Yeah.
It's like, because
like,
even with that, like, you say something to somebody, I'm not about to sit here and let you disrespect my place, like, especially as my best friend. Like, other people come in, it's like, okay, it's on side, I'm about to take you out, but it's also like, you know me, and you're still coming in here and doing all of this.
But why was his brother asking for money and stuff like that? Where is he getting this from? You got a job. You in the military. What do you need that for? And why are you asking him? Like, how's he supposed to get that?
Why you getting this money from? Because niggas at the bar, he talking about here 50 here, 50 here for you. Like,
Well, like they got money. It's not like they ain't got money. But it's
And
also
it's
why is he asking?
Yeah,
money?
yeah, like y'all come for money. You in the military. Why are you asking him for money?
Because he wanted his money. Just why not? Because he could just be a asshole big brother. He just was because he could. Overall, I thought that like I said, I thought the movie was good for its time. I definitely wouldn't think that way about it now. Like you guys said, still entertaining. I just think we just have different minds into it now, and I think that's kind of what we're trying to get at. Just trying to see how different it was then and how different it is we look at things now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think we're probably all on the same page.
yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, pretty much. I would, if I could give it a rating, I'll give it 6 on the comedy and like entertainment, and
Out of 100.
out of 100,
Out of
out
10.
of 10.
1 to 10.
6 out of 10 on the comedy, entertainment, and GTA 5-star on the interaction between Lisa and Wyatt. And,
Definitely
the
GTA
other
5-star.
boys.
7 overall, including everything. Just because it was entertaining, it brings it past a 5. But it's nothing past with all the shenanigans.
Yeah, I would give it like a 7 as well, overall.
I think I would probably give it a 7. I would still give it a 7. I think that overall it was a great movie.
Hmm.
Thanks for stopping by to watch our first episode, and look forward to many more with the shenanigans of X, Y, and Z.
And let us know how you feel about it in the comments if you have seen Weird Science. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Because how you gonna know?
How you gonna know?
How you gonna know when we
How you
post?
gonna see all the rest of the shenanigans?
Exactly.
They've
So,
begun.
do what you gotta
And
do.
this is just the beginning.
This is your homework for tonight.